Please listen to this.
Something is happening across West Africa, something that has leaders worried and citizens excited.
There is this news spreading around, let me say rumor, that some Nigerian military secretly had indoor meeting with Ibrahim Traore, the Burkina Faso president. I don't know how true this news is, but to back it up small like this, do you know that Chief of Army Staff here in Nigeria, Christopher Musa, visited Russia, pleaded with Vladimir Putin to help Nigeria fight against terrorists here in Nigeria? They said, water don't pass Gary, finally, they are tired. And the Russia have agreed to help Nigeria fight against the terrorists. Now, this news is spreading. There are some military secretly had meeting with Ibrahim Traore. Now, let me tell you, do you know that there is tension in Asoro? Nigerian government, they are panicking right now because of what is happening in Burkina Faso. Do you know that Nigerian government have instructed media, especially Nigerian media, never to broadcast anything good, anything from Burkina Faso? Have you noticed this? Even during this protest that all Africans came out, protested in support of Ibrahim Traore, do you notice that Nigerians didn't protest? Few people that came out to protest, Nigerian government arrested them without any reason. Do you know about this? They are doing everything possible to suppress. They don't want Nigerians to know the revolution going on in Burkina Faso. You know, through social media, through media, that Nigerians will know what is happening around the world. And they have instructed media, especially Nigerian media, never to broadcast anything. They can't stop us because they don't have access to our pages, our platform. But this media, they can control them. Have you noticed it? And they don't want Nigerians to know, because if Nigerians finally know what is going on in Burkina Faso and that spirit enters Nigerians, they will be in trouble. So they are doing everything right now to suppress them. There are still some good soldiers in Nigerian military. They have the mind to do what Ibrahim Traore did, but they are afraid. And that was the reason Musa, the Chief of Army Staff, visited. They are doing everything possible right now to redeem Nigeria, but it will be very hard for them because corruption have eaten deep into Nigeria. Now listen to this.
Something is happening across West Africa, something that has leaders worried and citizens excited. And right now, all eyes are on one country, Burkina Faso, and one man, Captain Ibrahim Traore. But while Burkina Faso rises, another country, Nigeria, is showing signs of tension, because behind closed doors, word is spreading that some members of the Nigerian military have met or made contact with Ibrahim Traore. And if that's true, the political elite in Nigeria are right to be nervous, because what's happening in Burkina Faso could inspire the biggest political shakeup Nigeria has seen in decades. And the first sign that something is wrong, the Nigerian government is now reportedly clamping down on media outlets that cover what's happening in Burkina Faso. Why? Because they know one thing. The moment Nigerian soldiers and Nigerian citizens begin to follow the Traore model, the game is over. Let's break it down. Over the past 2 years, Ibrahim Traore has gone from a young, unknown military officer to a global symbol of African resistance. He's kicked out foreign troops, taken control of national resources, cracked down on corruption, and empowered the people of Burkina Faso to rebuild their country with their own hands. He doesn't fly around the world begging for loans. He doesn't live in golden palaces or throw billion-naira weddings. He walks with his soldiers. He visits construction sites. He tells the truth, even if it upsets the West. And that's exactly why many young African soldiers see him as a blueprint. They're watching, learning, and in some cases, reaching out. That brings us to the new development that has set alarm bells ringing across Abuja. According to reports floating through diplomatic and regional security circles, some Nigerian military personnel have made contact with representatives of Traore's transitional government. The details are limited, but what's being whispered is this: there have been informal discussions, there is military admiration, and some in the Nigerian military are asking questions. What if we did the same? Now, the moment a government hears its military asking that kind of question, it panics. That's why, reportedly, the Nigerian government has started putting pressure on local media not to highlight Traore's achievements. If you're a journalist, you know what I mean. Suddenly, news about Burkina Faso disappears from the front pages. Videos of Traore's speeches are quietly removed. Pro-Burkina content is flagged or shadow banned. Editors are told, be careful what you promote. That's not a coincidence. It's fear. Because for the first time in a long time, an African military is not staging coups to install puppets, but to empower people. And Nigeria's political class, built on decades of corruption, foreign dependence, and elite comfort, knows they are vulnerable if that idea spreads. Think about it. What if Nigeria had its own version of Traore? What if a young, patriotic, fearless leader rose up, not to rule forever, but to clean house, take back stolen wealth, end foreign exploitation, and give power to the people, it wouldn't take long before the system cracked. And that's exactly what the current government fears. Now let's be clear, Nigeria is not Burkina Faso. The population is bigger, the political system is more complex, the military has different factions, the ethnic and regional dynamics are deeper, but the frustrations, they are the same. A broken economy, sky-high unemployment, political elites who are disconnected from the streets, foreign companies draining the country's resources, youth who feel like they have no future. All of these issues exist in Nigeria, and many people believe that the current leadership has failed to fix them. So, when the average Nigerian sees videos of Traore walking among his soldiers, kicking out exploiters, standing firm before the West, it's not just inspiring, it's threatening to those in power, because it gives people a new image of leadership, one that doesn't need age, or money, or foreign validation, just courage, honesty, and action. That's why the government is working so hard to stop the comparison.